We have mapped nearly 100% of the surface of Mars. We have mapped less than 25% of our own ocean floor. And on that unmapped seabed, sitting in complete darkness at 4,000 to 6,000 meters below the surface, is a $16 trillion treasure. These are polymetallic nodules, potato-shaped rocks that have been forming on the ocean floor for millions of years. They contain cobalt, nickel, copper, and manganese, the exact four metals that go into every lithium-ion battery, powering electric vehicles and renewable energy storage. The Clarion-Clipperton Zone in the Pacific Ocean contains an estimated 21 billion dry tons of these nodules. Scientists estimate the CCZ alone holds more nickel, cobalt, and manganese than all known land-based reserves of those metals combined. The economic value of metals in the CCZ alone has been estimated at over $16 trillion. To put that in perspective, the entire global GDP is around $110 trillion. The seabed contains roughly 15% of the entire world's annual economic output, sitting there uncollected. Beyond the Clarion-Clipperton Zone, nodule fields exist across the central Indian Ocean basin, the Cook Islands Exclusive Economic Zone, and the Peru Basin in the South Pacific. The total global estimate of polymetallic nodule resources on the seafloor exceeds 500 billion tons. Three types of deep-sea mineral deposits exist. Polymetallic nodules on the abyssal plains, seafloor massive sulfides at hydrothermal vents on mid-ocean ridges, and cobalt-rich ferromanganese crusts forming on seamount rock faces at depths of 400 to 7,000 meters. Each requires different technology to extract. Japan's nodule samples from the CCZ region alone contain an estimated 610,000 tons of cobalt, equivalent to 75 years of Japan's current annual consumption, and 740,000 tons of nickel, a resource that makes Japan's energy security look very different. Nodule formation is one of the slowest geological processes on Earth. A nodule grows approximately 1 to 2 centimeters every million years, slower than your fingernails grow in a single day. Each nodule begins around a nucleus, a shark tooth, a shell fragment, a small rock fragment. The abyssal plains where nodules accumulate are among the most remote and least disturbed environments on Earth. They sit at pressures of 400 to 600 times atmospheric pressure. Temperatures hover near freezing at 1 to 4 degrees Celsius, and it is completely, permanently dark. The dark oxygen discovery in 2024 changed everything. Scientists found that polymetallic nodules appear to generate oxygen on the seafloor through a form of natural electrolysis, splitting seawater using the voltage difference between metals in the nodule surface. Extracting nodules from 4,500 meters below the ocean requires engineering that rivals deep space missions. The primary collection system consists of three components: a surface vessel, a remotely operated collector vehicle on the seafloor, and a riser pipe connecting the two through 4.5 kilometers of ocean. The Hidden Gem, a converted 228-meter drill ship operated by All Seas, is the world's first purpose-built subsea mineral production vessel. At its core is a 12-meter remotely operated collector vehicle that navigates the seabed, picks up nodules, and pumps them through the riser to the surface. The engineering challenge at 600 atmospheres of pressure is extraordinary. All electronic components must be pressure-rated or housed in pressure-compensated enclosures. Hydraulic systems use seawater as the working fluid to avoid catastrophic pressure differentials. Engineers have described it as space technology quality. The collector robot moves in tandem with the vessel above through dynamic positioning. GPS coordinates the surface vessel. Acoustic positioning tracks the collector on the seabed. Both must move precisely together. Any mismatch between the vessel drift and the robot would snap the riser pipe. Once nodules reach the surface vessel, they are screened, dewatered, sized, and stored for transport to shore-based metallurgical refineries. The sediment-laden water is returned to depth. At the refinery, high-pressure acid leaching separates all 4 metals into battery-grade products. The Metals Company, TMC, is the most advanced private operator in the field. Listed on the NASDAQ, its stock surged 520% in 2025 after President Trump signed an executive order in April to fast-track seabed mining permits, bypassing the UN's International Seabed Authority. China entered deep-sea mining through COMRA, the China Ocean Mineral Resources Research and Development Association, one of the earliest and largest actors in the sector. China holds ISA exploration licenses in the CCZ, the Indian Ocean, and the South Atlantic, covering over 150,000 square kilometers. India holds a 75,000 square kilometer exploration license in the central Indian Ocean Basin, managed by the National Institute of Ocean Technology. Japan's industry consortium has conducted sampling operations with cobalt findings equivalent to 75 years of national consumption. Both nations have national deep-sea mining programs. TMC's own pre-feasibility study, released in August 2025, declared a combined net present value of $23.6 billion across its projects. Commercial deep-sea mining of polymetallic nodules is now targeted to begin in the fourth quarter of 2027. The International Seabed Authority, the UN body governing mining in international waters, has been trying to finalize a commercial mining code for years. In July 2025, negotiations failed to reach consensus. The next ISA assembly meets in July 2026, with all eyes on what the USA and Canada do. In July 2025, multiple nations formally denounced TMC's application to mine under US law. The Pacific Islands, whose waters border the CCZ, are among the strongest opponents. Over 700 scientists signed a moratorium letter. 32 countries have called for a pause on commercial mining. NOAA confirmed TMC's application is fully compliant with US law in 2025. A draft environmental impact statement is expected for public comment, which TMC believes will lead to a commercial recovery permit by the first quarter of 2027. The central environmental concern is simple. Most species living in the Clarion-Clipperton zone are unknown to science. Every nodule collected is also a habitat destroyed. Animals live on nodule surfaces, inside nodule crevices, and in the sediment around them. And many exist nowhere else on Earth. Sediment plumes are the second major environmental concern. When nodules are collected, fine sediment is disturbed and can travel hundreds to thousands of kilometers from the collection site, settling on other seafloor habitats. The sediment return from surface processing adds another plume at the surface. The dark oxygen discovery added a new dimension in 2024. Polymetallic nodules appear to generate oxygen on the seafloor through natural electrolysis. This suggests nodules play an unsuspected role in sustaining deep-sea life, and that removing them could eliminate a critical oxygen source. The battery industry case for deep-sea mining rests on geography. 70% of the world's cobalt comes from the Democratic Republic of Congo, a country with documented child labor in artisanal mining, weak environmental regulations, and significant political instability. Proponents argue ocean nodules offer a cleaner alternative. Critics respond that the comparison is a false choice. Lithium iron phosphate batteries, already 40% of EV sales, require no cobalt. Sodium-ion batteries being commercialized by CATL require no lithium, cobalt, or nickel. The minerals the ocean holds may not be needed in the volumes claimed. In the first quarter of 2027, NOAA is expected to issue the world's first commercial deep-sea mining permit. The ISA meets again in July 2026 to attempt a global mining code. The race between national interest, corporate profit, and ocean conservation is entering its decisive phase. Subscribe to Future Energy and Technology. We will be there when the first permit drops.